Wow, I have so many questions. I did not realize that would have been your experience.
Welcome to Two Online by Boys Club.
Hot internet news served fresh. On the show have Connor Downey. He is a senior social media manager at List, contributing social editor at British Vogue, and a recent viral sensation and a very online man. Connor, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
It's so fun to have you here. You recently blew up on Twitter, rightfully so, and I don't want to steal your thunder. So, would love for you just to share what happened. What's the headline of your internet story?
Yeah, I mean, it's like kind of crazy. It's like absolutely kind of crazy. I was actually on holiday last week, just like chilling by the pool in Lanzarote. And then all of a sudden, I got this random text message from my manager. And she was like, "You're going viral on like Instagram." And she sent me a screenshot of this post of Evan Ross Katz, who actually posted it on his story. And then I think like maybe a few hours later, my best friend texted me and he was like, "Connor, like Jonathan Anderson has like posted." Like, what? Like, no, like grow up. Because I thought he was winding me up. And then 5 minutes later, my boyfriend like literally just like whacked me and went, "Open Instagram, open Instagram." And I opened it and it was the first post on my feed and it was Jonathan posting my tweet. And I was like, what? I hadn't actually checked my Twitter between the time I posted that tweet to when it went viral. So when I opened my Twitter, like Twitter is just blowing up, comments and mentions and reposts, and it was just crazy, crazy.
Incredible. Wow, I have so many questions. I did not realize that would have been your experience. But so essentially what happened is you posted a tweet. So can you tell us about what the original tweet was?
It was so silly. I think I was on my phone in bed the evening before, and this like tomato just posted came up on my feed. And I just thought, oh, that looks like a Loewe tomato. So I just posted it, thought nothing of it, put my phone down and went straight to bed. I saw like some people commenting saying it was a calculated tweet between myself and Loewe. It wasn't like that at all.
That's so funny. They're like, you're an industry plant. Wow. Okay. So you tweeted this tweet about this tomato looking like Loewe. Actually, on last week's episode, I talked about it because I loved the
I
tweet
saw
so
that.
much. And I was like, this is a perfect tweet. This is just like a really stupid tweet that doesn't matter. But someone said, look at this tomato. And it's an heirloom tomato. And it's gorgeous. And it's cut in half and it's just perfect and like wavy and stunning. And someone just retweeted it and said, "This tomato is so Loewe, I can't explain it." And oftentimes when you think about it less, your tweets are more pure. They're better. They're more well
Yeah,
received. So you
yeah.
post that tweet, it goes viral, you're offline, you're not thinking about it. And then Jonathan Anderson starts tweeting about it. And Evan Ross
Evan
Katz
Ross Katz? Yeah.
posting about it too. So it sort of jumps platform, which is a clear indicator to me that it's
Yeah.
totally viral. If it's made it to
Yeah.
Instagram from Twitter, you have a
Yeah.
win, success. So what was the tweet from these other people or these Instagram posts from these other people that had found your original tweet about the tomato? Is it just a screenshot or was there more context to your original tweet?
It was literally just a screenshot of my tweet that just like went on Instagram. I think Evan, when he posted it on his Instagram story, he posted a screenshot of the tweet and then just tagged Jonathan Anderson in it. And I think that must have been what set the ball like rolling. Jonathan must have seen that and then decided to post it on his feed. Fashion and housewives are kind of like my two things I tweet the most about. And on my Twitter page, I often like to draw parallels between stuff. So sometimes I'll post about collections, referencing the different collections.
I love it. And for those who don't know, Jonathan Anderson, he's the creative director at Loewe, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
he is, yeah.
So very big deal to have him posting about it. And then Evan Ross Katz is this, I don't even know how you would describe him. Personality, writer. How would you describe him?
I think he's a personality kind of like slash podcast host. I think he's like a, what do you call it?
Multifaceted.
Yes,
Discipline.
that's it. That's it. I'm paying him a big compliment there. You're welcome, Evan.
And talks about pop culture, talks about the housewives. So
Yes.
that's sort of his bread and butter. Okay. So your tweet sort of becomes this key moment, foundational text of the week last week. And then from there, it continues on. What happens? Tell us.
It's still like baffling that it even happened. The original tweet got posted on Jonathan Anderson's like Instagram page. Different like people started posting about it, and I think no less than 24 hours later, Jonathan Anderson posted an Instagram reel on his page of this like tomato bag, and then the caption from meme to reality, and then it just all blew up all over again. I think I screenshotted that and posted it back on Twitter. Like, guys, like, look what like has happened. And then like even more publishers started posting about it, your podcast posting about it. And then there was like cherry tomatoes. And then there was like discussion about, it became a debate about like whether the whole thing had been calculated between Jonathan Anderson and myself, and whether it was a Loewe like marketing stunt.
I would have totally believed it if you had told me it was all calculated and planned. I would have been like, I love that. What great marketing. But the fact that it was pure is even better, and something that having these moments where the internet comes to life and
Yeah.
something silly and viral happens and makes people laugh and resonates with people, and then a brand can then interpret that into something physical is so fun, and one of the things I really love about the internet. So I want to talk to you while I have you here. You have worked in social for a while. You are working with amazing brands in social right now. Has this happened to you before? Have you gone viral previously? And do you have any sort of thoughts around it from the social media landscape as a whole today?
I have gone viral a couple of times before, but only on Twitter. This is the first time where it's sort of broken the Twitter boundary and then
Yeah.
moved over to Instagram, and like publishers started like writing about it. It's definitely been working in socials for nearly 5 years now. And I definitely think marketing and fashion marketing has changed so much over like the past like 10 years. And it is seeing these like viral moments are more valuable to the business than sort of like paid marketing strategies, I would think. Loewe is a prime example, but if you look at their TikTok page and how their whole like marketing strategy is framed around, and Marc Jacobs as well, they're working with like different people that have been going viral. It's this new kind of sustainable marketing strategy. If you look 5 years ago when I first started like working in socials, there used to be this whole big thing around like user generated content. It's very unpolished and not photo shoot kind of like stuff. And that was the kind of content that Balenciaga became really sort of like viral for. They were posting weird UGC inspired kind of like content. If you look at that kind of era of fashion socials and where it is now, it's completely different. Back then, going viral was almost considered seen as cheap and not really a luxury kind of like strategy. Whereas now, all the luxury brands are like really seeing the value behind going viral, and they're really tapping into that. So you see like way more weird content on Instagram. You see brands are trying to capture that attention. The retail space on Instagram feed is really, really valuable. You can't really put a price on it. And the only way to stop people and get people to actually watch your content is when it goes like super viral. And I think it goes back to like the Loewe like truth thing. I think Jonathan Anderson himself, he clearly understands and knows the power of social media virality, and posting that and like leaning into it, using when meme turns into reality as a caption. He knows this and he's got a very good understanding of it.
I really appreciate your thinking. And we were actually talking a lot about this in last week's episode of sort of the evolution of primarily luxury brands who are tapping into very lo-fi moments that are happening on social that take off, and then have found their voice, specifically Marc Jacobs, have found their own voice within it. And that mix of Kim K next to, the latest sort of crazy, kind of odd thing that's happening on TikTok is a strategy that's really working for them. And I think, especially for a brand like Loewe, to see this happen and to be smart enough to take advantage of it and to keep the conversation around them for a week plus on social is a huge win. And I hope that you get a bag at least.
I mean, there's been no response from the Loewe camp so far, but
Okay.
Loewe, I'm ready and available and willing to receive anything you want to send me.
You deserve it. Certainly deserve it. Okay, last question here. I know you can't. But if you had to, can you try to explain why this tomato is so Loewe?
I think it's just it's such an unusual kind of shape. I think Jonathan Anderson, you see it in all of his work. He likes to find the extraordinary in the ordinary. And like when you see a product and you just know it's a Balenciaga product from the way that it's been designed, you just know it. You know it's a real product because you just know it's just like
Yeah.
one of those things. I think it really is a testament to Loewe's branding that like it exceeds fashion. It's gone beyond fashion. Like you
Yeah.
can pick anything up and it will be very Loewe.
Yes, I totally agree. Well, Connor, thank you so much for coming on. This was so fun. Congratulations on a
Thank
huge
you.
success of a week. And you're a great follow if people are into fashion and humor. You have such a great point of view, both on Instagram and on Twitter. So just can you give a shout out to your handles so that people can follow you?
Of course. My Twitter is Homo Cowboy, and then my
Nice.
Instagram handle, and then my Instagram handle is Condo, so CONNGO.
There you go. Connor, thank you so much. This is so fun.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.